Namaste, everyone. I am K. Shashidhar Reddy, lecturer in mathematics, Government Junior College, Pondapak, district Siddipet. Today, I am going to teach second year mathematics 2A topic, complex numbers. So I will share the PDF of the topic. So before entering into the topic, let us have a small introduction about the complex numbers. So in the number system, so far we have set of real numbers denoted by R was the biggest set of numbers. So in algebra, while solving some equations, those equations like x square plus 1 is equal to 0. This implies what? X square is equal to minus 1. We know that the perfect square of any real number cannot be negative. Therefore, there does not exist any real number x whose square is a negative value. Therefore, here x becomes what? Under root of minus 1. And we know that square root is not defined for negative real numbers. Therefore, square root of minus 1 does not exist in the set of real numbers. So this leads to invention of new kind of numbers. Those are called imaginary values. So generally, we think which is not real, we think it as imaginary values, imaginary numbers, or imaginary numbers. So mathematicians have identified this number square root of minus 1 as an imaginary, and they denoted it as I. I is equal to root of minus 1 is imaginary number, imaginary value. So it is called iota, denoted by this I. So once this I is equal to square root of minus 1 is considered as imaginary value, then the new kind of numbers, imaginary numbers, have come into the number system. So all the numbers which along with this I are called imaginary numbers. So now with this, we have got two kinds of numbers, real numbers and imaginary numbers. Real and imaginary numbers. Now, when we observe the algebraic operations among this real and imaginary number, the sum or difference of any two, one real and one imaginary number, cannot be expressed as a monomial term. So it cannot be simplified as a monomial term. So it remains as it is, as x plus iy. So then this number x plus iy is called complex number. So complex numbers are the complex of two kinds of numbers, real and imaginary. So now we define the complex number as, the definition of complex number as, for any two real numbers x comma y and imaginary number I is equal to root of minus 1. The numbers in the form x plus iy are called complex numbers. Right now, you can write down the definition of complex numbers. So here it begins the chapter complex numbers. The definition of a complex number is like this: for any two real numbers x comma y and imaginary number I is equal to root minus 1, the numbers in the form x plus iy are called complex numbers. I repeat once again. For any two real numbers x comma y and imaginary number I is equal to root minus 1, the numbers in the form x plus iy are called complex numbers. ఇక్కడ x కామా వైలు ఏవైనా రెండు వాస్తవ సంఖ్యలు I is equal to root of minus 1 అనేది ఒక కల్పిత సంఖ్య అయినప్పుడు x plus iy రూపంలో ఉండే సంఖ్యలను సంకీర్ణ సంఖ్యలు అంటారు. కాంప్లెక్స్ నంబర్స్ ని తెలుగులో సంకీర్ణ సంఖ్యలు అంటారు. సో సంకీర్ణ సంఖ్యలు అంటే x plus iy అనే రూపంలో ఉన్నటువంటి సంఖ్యలను సంకీర్ణ సంఖ్యలు అంటారు. రైట్. సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ సంకీర్ణ సంఖ్యల గురించి మనం వాటి యొక్క ధర్మాలు, వాస్తవ సంఖ్యలకు సంకీర్ణ సంఖ్యలకు ఉండేటువంటి తేడాలు, వాటి గురించి ఇప్పుడు నేర్చుకుందాం. రైట్. So సంకీర్ణ సంఖ్యల యొక్క definition. We have learned just now the definition of a complex number. Now, the next point is the complex numbers are denoted by Z. So to denote a complex number with a single letter, we use this notation. So complex numbers are generally denoted by Z. So every Z, this represents a complex number x plus iy. Z means it is a complex number in the form x plus iy. And the set of complex numbers, is denoted by C, with the capital letter C. The first letter of the word complex, the capital letter C. Therefore, the set of complex numbers in the set builder form, it is written as like this. So C is the set of all complex numbers in the form of Z, where Z is equal to x plus iy, such that here x comma y are two real numbers and I is equal square root of minus 1 is imaginary number. So this is the representation of set of a complex number. And here every complex number, you can observe, every complex number has two parts. Has two parts. So let Z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number. Then x is called real part of the complex number. It is written as Re of Z. So it should read as real part of Z. And y is called imaginary part of Z. It is written as Im of Z. So every complex number Z is equal to x plus iy will have two parts. One is real part and another is imaginary part. So in a complex number x plus iy, x is called real part of the complex number and y is called imaginary part of the complex number. Right? And another point, a note we can observe here. If Z, a complex number, is said to be pure real when imaginary part is 0. So a complex number is said to be pure real. That means if y is equal to 0, then the complex number Z contains only a real part. So that is called a pure real. A complex number without imaginary part is called pure real. And similarly, is called pure imaginary when real part is 0. That is, if real part of Z is equal to 0, this implies and implied by Z is pure imaginary. And if imaginary part of Z is 0, implies and implied by the complex number Z is pure real. So like this, so every complex number consists of two parts, real part and imaginary part. And when imaginary part is 0, the complex number is said to be pure real. And when real part is 0, the complex number is said to be pure imaginary. So these are the basic concepts and basic things and definition of complex number. Now we will get into the properties of complex number, and because as it is a new set of numbers, so when a new set of numbers is invented, we have to observe, we have to compare with the existing real numbers with these complex numbers, and what are the differences between these real numbers and complex numbers, and about the properties of real numbers, whether all the properties of real numbers will be satisfied in the set of complex numbers or not. So before discussing the properties, and one more point here, one more note we can observe. When imaginary part is 0, every complex number is what? Pure real number. That means all real numbers are complex numbers. That means by taking imaginary part as 0, all real numbers can be expressed in the complex form, x plus iy. So when x is a real number, and that real number x can be expressed in the form of x plus iy is x plus I0. When y is equal to 0, every real number can be expressed as a complex number. And when y is equal to 0, when every complex number is a real number. So therefore, when all the real numbers are complex numbers, but all the complex numbers are not real numbers, but the converse is not true. Converse is not true. So therefore, this implies when every real number is a complex number, therefore the set of real numbers, is subset to set of complex numbers. That implies R is subset to set of complex numbers. So with this, the hierarchy of number system we can observe like this. First, the basic set of numbers is natural numbers. Set of natural numbers is subset to whole numbers, and set of whole numbers is subset to integers I, and set of integers is subset to rational numbers, and set of rational numbers is subset to real numbers. Now the set of real numbers has become subset to set of complex numbers. Therefore, set of complex numbers is the biggest set in the number system. Right? Now, let us discuss the properties of complex numbers. So before discussing the properties of complex numbers, let us discuss something about this imaginary value I. I. So we knew that I is equal to root of minus 1. Now let us discuss integral powers of I. Integral powers of I. So I is equal to square root of minus 1. Then I square is equal to minus 1. Then I cube is equal to, we can write it as I square into I. So this is minus 1 into I, it is minus I. And I power 4 is equal to, this is I square whole square. That means minus 1 whole square is equal to plus 1, and so on. So what do we observe here? Integral power of n, I power n, for any n belongs to capital N, I power n will be equal to plus or minus 1 when n is even number. And this is equal to plus or minus I when n is odd number. And again, when n is even number, we can furthermore observe the value of I power n in the two cases. When n is even number, so an even number will be in the form of a multiple of a 2. So let n is equal to 2k for all k belongs to capital N. Then I power n will be equal to what? I power 2k. So this will be equal to I square power k. And what is I square? Minus 1 to the power of k. And again, this has got two values. It is plus 1 when k is even. And this is equal to minus 1 when k is odd. And similarly, other case, when n is odd number, let n is equal to 2k plus 1 for k belongs to set of natural numbers. Then I power n becomes what? I power 2k plus 1. So we can write it as I power 2k into I. So I power 2k, as in the case 1, we can write it as I square power k into I. So this is minus 1 to the power of k into I. So minus 1 to the power of k into I. This will be again have two values. When k is equal to an even number, minus 1 to the power of k becomes plus 1. Therefore, it is plus I. When k is even. And this is equal to minus I. So when k is odd. So like this, the integral power of the imaginary number I will be simplified. So whenever I power n is to be simplified, we have to consider n as even or odd. When n is even, so write it as integral power of I square. So when the integral power of I square is odd number, it will become minus 1, and integral power of I square is even number, it will become plus 1. And when n is odd number, we have to express it as 2k plus 1, that is I square to the power of k into I. We have to separate I, then it will become minus 1 to the power of k into I. Now when k is even, this become plus I, and when k is odd, it will become minus I. So this is about the integral powers of I, simplifications. For example, let us see some examples, simplification of integral powers of I. If I want to get the value I power 8, so we can write it as I square whole power 4. I square is minus 1, minus 1 whole power 4. So it is plus 1. And I power 21. So I power 21 means this is I square whole power 10, that become I power 20 into I. So minus 1 to the power of 10, it is plus 1 into I, this is I. So like this is I power 23. So this is I square to the power of 10, 11 into I. So I square is minus 1 to the power of 11 is minus. So minus into I, this is minus I. So like this, for any integral power of I can be simplified like this, and the values of integral powers of I will be either plus or minus 1 or plus or minus I. So this is about the integral powers of I.